In the last episode of The Dark Vortex, we met Balias, a human paladin who used to be a warrior and then became a monk to repent from his warring days. But one day, the giants did a surprise attack on his monastery and Balias was forced to flee. But he failed to escape the giants, and a band of scouts sent by them rounded up all the stragglers they could find. Now, Bal has to escape. In the last episode, Balias met Kaltuve, another prisoner. Kaltuve has a plan. He wants to escape the guards and steal their horse by scaring them with a snake. Balias was chosen randomly to go out there one night and catch a snake, but he was unarmed and the snake almost killed him. Thankfully, he got back to camp, which is where we left off our adventure. Will they manage to escape? And what about the other prisoners? Can Balias manage to save them? What has the loom in store for us today? You'll discover that and much more in today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Dark Vortex. Today we have episode 2, and my goal is to try to get Balias, Kaltuve, and hopefully at least some of the other captors out from the hands of the guards. This should be challenging though. Last time I didn't manage to catch a sand snake, but I kind of went at it in a dumb way. I didn't realize they're pretty dang strong, even though they're just like a quarter difficulty. I didn't have a weapon, and that was my big first mistake. And I was also, one-on-one when I would probably have much more success if someone else is there with me. So, what I'm thinking of is that I'll probably need to get myself a weapon. But before we get into the game, let's take care of one item of housekeeping. Last time, Balias was hit by the snake for more than half of his health. But he had a night. Not a very good night, but still a night to get a bit of rest. So I'll start off by seeing if he managed to get a little bit of health back. According to the rules, I could well give myself a long rest since, he actually slept. But since we're on the death march and, we're not supposed to be super comfortable, our characters are supposed to be super tired and basically, made to exhaust themselves to death, I think it would be only fair for me to treat this as a short rest. So it would be my only short rest because they say you use one or more of your hit dice and you have only a hit dice number equal to your character's level. G10 plus 2. Oh, I'm very lucky. So it's a full getting everything back. This was my one rest. So let's see how this goes. So we're gonna begin on scene 3. We're still in the rising action because we're not, we don't have everything yet to try the plan. But then, so this is a death march. And for the moment, we've only really seen the march aspect of it. We haven't seen the death aspect of it. So, to begin my scene number 3, I want to ask um, if prisoners have started to die yet. So this will be my first question. We'll be rolling on to conflict with no surge. I'm resetting the surge in case I had any left. 22. No. Wow, we're lucky. So no one has started to die yet. And it's just a straight no answer. Since I was really bad at keeping track of the surge, I'm gonna be using those little tokens to keep track of the surge. So here, one token equals plus or minus 2. Okay, I want to ask a follow-up question. Are the prisoners starting to be ill? I would assume they would be. What's this? Oh, no, 67. 67 plus 2, it's 69, which is a plain yes. I'm adding a surge again. All right. Second follow up, it probably is gonna be my last follow up. Is Kaltuve affected by those illnesses? I suppose they would be, exposure to the sun and lack of food and water, or maybe more. But let's see if Kaltuve is affected by it or not. Wow, 92 plus 4, 96. That is yes, but. So I will assume it's not too serious. It's just I better, get my shit together and make the plan work. Otherwise, there'll be more dire consequences if the plan fails next time. Today, Balias noticed the other prisoners seemed more sluggish and sullen than usual. All look quite sunburned, including himself, and a few are even starting to develop rashes. Kaltuve also looks more sluggish than usual. But when Balias tried to inquire after him, he simply replied, "It's nothing. Just focus on getting the horse and I'll be fine." Alright, so I will indeed focus on getting the horse. But I really need a weapon to do so because I don't want to be stuck fighting with my bare hands again because that doesn't work. Simply doesn't. I almost lost my character like a dummy, so I'm not going down that road again. But there's two places where I might find a weapon. One, my captors, the guards, they probably have some sort of dagger, some sort of dirk, some sort of short sword I might be able to nick. My character is not very good at dexterity, he's even has a -1, but I have a feeling that Kaltuve would probably be alright at dexterity. Um, so maybe he could do it. My character is good at charisma, however. So if anyone among the prisoners managed to hide any kind of weapon, then maybe my character can get them to exchange it for something, maybe, or to give it up, for a chance to escape. I would love to be able to save everyone, all 6 or so of the prisoners, but I feel like it might be impossible because we would have to take out all of the all of the guards, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It would probably be a bloodbath and it would be very dangerous to do. So maybe we'll have to come back for them if we manage to escape. So we'll ask about those two things, starting with, are there any easily accessible weapons on the guards? That's a 67. So yes, there is the possibility of stealing a weapon from one of the guards. Seems risky though, so let's first ask the second question before I take any decision I might regret. Do any of the prisoners carry concealed weapons on them? That's 19 minus 2, 17. It's a no, that is right on the edge. Alright. Ah, that is not a good news. My only hope at having a proper weapon is to steal it off from one of the guards. As a follow up question, I'm gonna ask, is the weapon carried on the horse? So it's a 65, and I have 2 search tokens, 69. 69, that is a yes. So the weapon is on the horse. With a good weapon, I could easily take on one of those snakes, Balias thinks to himself. And right as he thinks that, he sees a short sword glinting in the sun. It's tucked away in the horseman's belt, right in the small of his back. So how will I ever be able to take this without getting myself slashed into bits? I need a bit more information. Um, so I will say that Balias just spends the rest of the day just trying to figure out who are the other prisoners. I will throw kind of a charisma check. Just to see who I managed to learn about. Alright, don't mind the search counter. Let's just see. I had a 20. Wow. So I said there's about 5 people that I don't know about. Okay, so based on the figures I used last time and on my common sense, I would say we have 4 monks, one of which is a female, and then a male that, could be a helper, could be someone who does business with the monks, someone who got roped in to this, and then a female who got roped into this without being like a full-on monk. I will quickly, in a montage, figure out, just, roll on both those tables for you. Just have a small little idea of who each of those characters might be. Cue the music, and let's get rolling. First monk, 42, 88. Insensitive professor. Monk number 2, 64 and 31. Insightful officer. Monk number 3. 3 and 84. Conformist brute. And number 4, the female. 15 and 61. Rational mediator. Now the male. 98. 92. Dependable sniper. Now that is very interesting. Dependable sniper? Sounds like the kind of guy who might be able to get me a short sword. Anyhow, we have a last one. The female. 2 and 83. Addicted surf. Well, that is just awesome. I mean, I gotta say, I'm very impressed by this right now. Like, I just threw a bunch of dice, not knowing who those prisoners could be, and thanks to Yoon, now I think I have a pretty good little list of people there, and they all really work, I think. So we have an insensitive professor. He could be like the head of the monastery or one of the higher ups. An insightful officer. I would think maybe those two are related in rank. Maybe he is this one's superior. You have a conformist brute. Okay, maybe not the kindest monk out there. You have a rational mediator, which works really well. Sort of a cool nun character. You have a dependable sniper, could be some sort of huntman, some sort of guy with a bow that helps out the monastery in some way, or maybe he was like a hunter that was nearby and that got swept up into this affair. And we have an addicted serf, which could easily be a woman that was in the monastery to try to kick her addiction. And I would imagine she probably is one of the prisoners that is the worst off, because she has to deal with withdrawal on top of the harsh conditions. Balias spends the day chatting in hushed tones with the other prisoners. He already knew a bit about the monks, although conversation was seldom lively at the monastery. From the look of it, they all seem more or less wrapped up internally with devotional thoughts and prayers at the prospect of their eventual death in the desert. They seem to be preparing for their demise. The outsiders are a different kind of beast, however. The man used to help with small game hunting and groundskeeping. Now he seems haggard and resigned about his fate. Meanwhile, the woman is looking the worst out of all the prisoners. She has lesions on her arms, and some of her hair seems to be missing. When you talk to her, she seems agitated. I will have Balias talk to the groundskeeper and ask him if he thinks he could get the short sword. Oh, Jesus. That is a one. That could be very bad. Okay. No, and unexpectedly. Wow. 5. Please don't be bad. Please, please, please. Key grip. Oh, wasn't it what I got last time? Wow, that is quite a coincidence, eh? Set the location or general elements for the next scene. The current scene should then start wrapping up and heading towards the next scene. Oh gosh, okay. Oh gosh. Since I got an unexpected, I will ask a follow up question. Do the guards overhear Balias? I hope not. 21. That's good. It's a no. So something else happened at that moment. I think I might know. Uh, okay, I'll ask. Is the junkie woman trying to do something? 69 plus 2, 71. So yes, the junkie woman is trying to do something. Oh geez. As Balias tries to convince the groundskeeper to try and grab the short sword, another person seems to acquiesce to the demand. The agitated woman. With a screech, she leaps forward, grabbing and clawing at the horseman. If our protagonist and Cal are planning to do anything, now is the time. This will conclude scene 3. And now we'll have scene 4. It's gonna be a fight scene, most likely. And I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen now. So the woman throws herself on the horseman and tries to get his short sword. I'll be frank, everyone. Looking at the stats for the scouts, I don't think Balias should get involved. I'm afraid the junkie is probably gonna die alone for nothing. But let's see. I'll treat her attack as a kind of surprise attack. So she's gonna try to grab the weapon, and I'll just roll a dice. And if she has 10 or more, she grabs it. If not, oh well. Alright, she got an 8. So 8 is not gonna cut it. She can't manage to grab the sword, and she will instead try to hit him. 17, not bad. So, yeah, she hits. But, she only does 1 damage. Okay. Now I'm gonna see who has the initiative. Let's begin with the bandits. So it's a 6 plus 2, 8. Now the rest of the prisoners with no bonus. 5. Balias with a -1. So that's a 4. Balias is dead last for the moment. Then Kaltuve, man, I'll give him +1 for the moment. He seems like he has some okay dexterity. Okay, that's a 2. So yeah, we have bandits, then prisoners, then Balias, then Cal. I think that woman is as good as dead. Too bad this couldn't have become more of a productive battle than that. I'll begin with the horseman. He's gonna get his short sword and then just gonna poke it at the woman. So rolling to hit. 10. Yeah, that'll do it. And it's a 1d6. So it's a 2. So half her health just got depleted. Now let's go with the archer, eh? Yes, +4. Yep, that's a hit. And it's 1d8 plus 2. Oh well. There she goes. So The woman gets killed for having tried to attack the horseman. I feel bad for her. She was one of the prisoners Balias hoped he could free, and one down now. The woman cries in pain and falls to the ground. The prisoners look at each other, some looking horrified, others evading looks, looking at the ground sullenly. It all happened so fast. Balias didn't have even a time to weigh what he was gonna do. And just like that, she was gone for attempting to grab the weapon and, you know, for outright attacking the scout. Whew, okay. I have one question for the Loom of Fate. Um, I already asked if anyone has concealed weapons, but that doesn't exclude the possibility that she had something of value. So, does the dead woman have something of value on her? Oh, wow. So that's a 98. Dang. Yes, but. Well, I would imagine since she was an addict, maybe it would be drugs that she hid somewhere on herself. And the but could be that they're already been used, which maybe that's what she just did. She kind of offed herself while getting her last dose. The scouts force the prisoners to continue walking and to leave the corpse where it is. As Cal passes by a shell-shocked Balias, he whispers, "Hey, look at what she dropped," pointing to a tiny flask in his palm. That night, Cal comes over and tells Balias, "What if instead of scaring the guards, we poison them?" And Balias replies, "Oh, so now I've got to catch a poisonous snake?" Maybe, but maybe not. Alright, listen. I don't know desert critters very much, but your pal, the groundskeeper, might know where we could find some. Balias acquiesces, and he goes over to the groundskeeper. I'm gonna ask the loom if he knows anything about them or not. I really hope he does, because I have a little idea of how we could finally get out of this. But if the loom of fate doesn't collaborate with me, then I'm gonna have to be extra creative. Ah, damn it. Really? I gotta have a one now? Now. Of all the times I have to get a one. No, and unexpectedly. Let's roll a 20 and let's hope it's not a 5 for once. 8 is set change. Scene continues in another location. The current thread remains as much as makes sense. I mean, sure. Okay, how does that make sense? How does that make any sense? Balias comes back with disappointing news. The groundskeeper is just as clueless about desert creatures as they both are. The next day, the guards lead them to a small oasis where only they are allowed to drink and fill up their water pouches. Having water so near and yet being forbidden from taking even a small sip makes more than one prisoner desperate. But Cal is looking sly. When Balias comes over, he gestures towards a rock. At first, our protagonist sees nothing. And then he sees a couple little pincers poking out of a fissure. I think we've got our animal, says Cal. There's a little scorpion in there. And I'm gonna use animal handling to see if Balias manages to get the scorpion out and to milk his little stinger inside the flask. But I'm not quite sure how difficult this should be. I guess it wouldn't be an easy thing to do. It's not exactly easy to milk a scorpion. So I will do a moderate roll, and if I fail it, then maybe we'll have to crush the scorpion, get the gland in another way, and maybe I'll get damaged. So I have a +2. Yes, that's a 14, baby. Uh, I've got my poison. I just milked the scorpion. We may finally get out of this one, everyone. All right. And on this good news, I will end the episode here. We now have scorpion venom. And hopefully, in the next episode, I'll be able to use it to poison the scouts. And in the commotion, maybe I'll be able to grab the horse. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to the next episode and to the rest of the campaign. As you can see, I tried to keep them short and sweet now. Do a little trailer at the beginning, fun montage, a little production. So it's makes it a nice little show. Hopefully. Tell me if you have any suggestions, any idea for how Balias and Cal might be able to escape and to use that little vial of poison. And anyhow, I will see you in the next episode. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.